The Samsung Galaxy Z Fold 5 specs leaked today. At least some of them did. Most of them did. And it's pretty underwhelming. It looks like the only big change for the flagship foldable from Samsung is just going to be the processor. It will have the Snapdragon 8 Gen 2 overclocked version specifically for Samsung that the S23 Ultra currently has its chipset. Now, the dimensions have slightly changed. It's about 0.2 inches thicker, 0.2 inches thinner, 0.2 inches smaller, thinner, and wider. So it's just a hair smaller. Now, that's basically it. It's going to have the same display. It's going to have the same speakers, same wireless charging, same wired charging, same cameras. It's going to have basically the same device. All the internals are going to be the same. Now, the one thing that I was looking for, I could not find, are they going to bump it up to UFS storage 4.0? Which I'm assuming they will, because they made the S23 series, not excluding the base 128 gig S23, but the larger variant, S23 memory variant, S23 Plus, and S23 Ultra, all got upgraded UFS storage 4.0, which just makes for faster storage, communication, file storing, and stuff like that, file transfers and stuff. Now, it's a bummer. I was expecting Samsung to unveil their new quote-unquote teardrop display, which basically will fold flat, like if you fold over a piece of paper and you fold over the paper and then you harden down that crease to make it flat, where both sides are completely flat. I thought they were going to unveil it this year with the Z Fold 5, and they are not. It looks like they're going to hold over that technology until the following year. So it's going to have the same screen, the same hinge, basically the same parts inside. All at, I don't even know what they go for. I've never been interested in buying one. I think they're about $1,700. So it's going to have the same amount of RAM. So it is kind of disappointing if you are in the market for a Z Fold 5. Now, why did they make the size difference? Why did they make it literally? I mean, I'll post the size difference below, but here's my theory on that. I think they changed the size, and a lot of companies do this. A lot of companies do. Why? Because they want you to buy their specific cases. If people knew that, even like with the S23 Ultra, it's basically the same phone minus a couple of minor things, but I'm talking about it's basically the same phone from the looks of it. Now, it is a little different on the back. The camera cutouts on cases are a little line different, so technically you could use a older S22 case on the new S23 Ultra, S22 Ultra to S23 Ultra. However, it does not line up perfectly. You could get away with it if you had to for a day or so, but it's not made for long-term use. I think they did that on purpose so they can push their accessories, because when you go through the checkout process on Samsung.com, on Apple's website, on whoever's website, they'll always try to push you cases, chargers. Samsung has got a bunch of good stock cases that they sell, that they manufacture and sell, that they make a huge markup on these items. I mean, it literally costs them 30 cents or something to manufacture a case, and they're charging $30-$40 for it. So if you look at the numbers, they make an enormous amount of money off of these cases, and they'll say, oh, we'll give you $10 discounts. So instead of 30, it's 20, or instead of 40, it's 30. They're still making thousands, marking up their items thousands of percent. Now, so that's why I think the size is just a shade different because they're trying to tweak it just enough to where you're forced to buy. You can't use a old case or a case that's been discounted by 80% from a T-Mobile store or a Verizon store, because they sell cases in there for these devices. But it is a shame, it is a bummer to me that what else could you do? What they could do is, it would be a risk. Now, obviously, I'm not in the boardrooms and stuff, but they could make their camera they could have upgraded their camera sensors. They could have put their water drop foldable display on there. Now, I'm hoping they upgrade their UFS storage inside, and their camera, front-facing camera. When you fold it open, they actually have an under-display camera in there. I would like to see just a few more things, possibly come with an S Pen. I know you can buy an S Pen for it, but I'm talking about coming with one, because it's a shame something that big got to use does not come with an S Pen. But the specs have leaked. I will put them in the description. I'm going to include some photos while I talk. It's going to look the same. I'm sure it looks very familiar to everyone. And they will be released with the Z Fold 5 will be released with the Z Flip 5, the smaller clamshell, kind of like the old Motorola StarTAC one, as well as the S Galaxy Tab S9 series.